So I got certified to teach power yoga a couple years ago, and I wanted to share a couple postures and some foundations of the practice that really make my body feel good on a daily, starting with breath and core. Now, starting in a seated cross-legged position, let your forearms rest on your knees, palms faced up, shoulders down and back. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale slowly side out. Again, inhale through your nose. Exhale. Now getting into some box breathing, inhale into your chest, then your stomach, feeling it expand for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Now take your biggest inhale of the day and hold. Take another sip of air. Shoulders shrug to your ears. Big exhale. Now the goal throughout this practice is to maintain a steady breath in and out through your nose, which is going to build some heat. Now we're really focusing on the exhaling with your stomach activating your core. Now slowly start to roll onto your back, arms wrapped around your shins. Maybe giving a little rock back and forth. Now let both knees land to the right side of your body while looking to the left. Keeping both shoulders down, or at least that's the goal, to keep both shoulders down. We'll stay here for 2 breaths. Knees back to center. Carefully to the other side. So both knees to your left, eyes over your right shoulder. And we'll stay here for 2 cycles of breath. Knees back to center. Bring your toes wider than your hips. And windshield wiper your knees left to right. Back to center, arms wrapped around your shins. Slowly start to rock back to a seat and into a tabletop posture. Now in tabletop, root your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, toes tucked. Set your eyes to the space in between your hands, keeping your breath steady. Remember, we're using our nose to inhale and exhale. Next, we go into cow pose. Deep inhale, eyes look forward, shoulders down and back, slight relax to your belly. Exhale back to neutral. Inhale to cow pose. Exhale back to tabletop. Now, as we prepare for cat pose, we're going to start to curl your tailbone down and in towards your body, eyes to your stomach, pressing through the space in between your shoulders. So inhale back to neutral tabletop. Exhale cat. Putting it all together, inhale for cow, eyes forward. Exhale for cat, eyes to ribs. Inhale cow. Exhale cat. Now back to a neutral tabletop and into bird dog. Inhale, your right hand lifts. Left leg hovers. Breath stays steady. keeping that hold. Now we switch sides. Inhale, left hand lifts, right leg hovers. Staying here for 2 cycles of breath. Everything engaged. Now release back to tabletop and then into child's pose. In child's pose, knees wide, big toes touching, forehead to the ground. Now your hands are pressed down in front of you, really activating your shoulders. Now we'll stay here for 3 cycles of breath. From child's pose, take a deep inhale to tabletop. Toes tucked, lift your knees and hips to downward facing dog. Now you can modify the down dog by staying in tabletop, but if you're in down dog, give your knees a bend, so a little bit more bend to it, and try to bring your stomach closer to your thighs. Make sure your hands are flat and pressed into the ground, kind of like child's pose, so you can feel that opening into your shoulders with your elbow creases pointed forward. We'll stay here for another 2 cycles of breath. Keeping that down dog, slowly inhale and lift your heels. Exhale, slow lower. Now we tiptoe our feet to our hands, keeping a bend in your knees for ragdoll posture as you fold over your thighs. Head hangs heavy, grabbing opposite elbows, keeping a bend into your knees. We'll stay here for a little bit. Now release your elbows and let your hands relax down to your shins, feet, or your mat. And then slowly, with control, 1 vertebrae at a time, we're gonna roll up to a posture called Samastitihi. Big toes pressed down, your hips are pressed forward, shoulders down and back. Inhale, mountain pose, biceps to ears. Exhale, fold, slight bend to your knees. Hands to your shins, inhale, half lift, really keeping your spine long and flat. Exhale, fold. Your hands ground to your mat, left leg steps back for runner's lunge. Eyes look forward, heart lifts high, with your left hip opening to the ground and an option to lower your back knee. Now in all of these postures, we're gonna find length and strength. So here in runner's lunge, focus on opening your hip to the ground by flexing that left glute. We'll stay here for another 2 cycles of breath. Getting ready for half split. Lower your left knee to the ground, toes untucked. Try to line up that left hip so it's back over your knee, with your front toes flexed towards your body and fold into a cat spine. Next we move into Anjaneyasana, deep bend into that front knee, biceps to ears, hips are pressed forward. Hands to the mat and feet step back for high plank. In high plank, we're gonna press through that same space in between our shoulders. Find your cat spine and hold for 2 rounds of breath. Now you got the option here to use your knees. And then slowly with control, lower to your mat. Preparing for Cobra, untuck your toes, press the tops of your feet down until your kneecaps lift off the ground. Press your hips into the ground, hands next to your ribs, and using the strength of your feet and your hips to the ground. Inhale, lifting your shoulders. Exhale, lower. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale to down dog for 2 cycles of breath. Now feet to hands, forward fold. Inhale, roll up. Samasti Tahi, shoulders down and back. Hands flexed open, feet pressed down. Inhale, mountain pose, biceps to ears. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale, right leg steps back for runner's lunge. Same option here to lower a knee. Heart lifts high, we'll stay here for another 2 cycles of breath. Half split on the other side, so your right knee is gonna lower to the ground. Right toes flex towards your body, protecting your knee. And a cat spine fold. Anjaneyasana, so another deep bend into your front knee, biceps to ears. Hands to your mat, step back for high plank. Option for your knees. Exhale, lower. Feet and hips pressed down. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, lower. Again, inhale, Cobra. Your shoulders lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Feet to hands fold. Slowly roll up. Inhale, mountain. Biceps to ears. Keep your shoulders down and back. Exhale, fold. Half lift. Fold. Step back to tabletop. Now roll back onto your spine, giving your shins a hug again, like where we started, for another spinal twist to your right. Shoulders down. Starting to wind down some of these movements. Stay here for a couple breaths. And then we switch sides. Now we're going to end the practice in what's called Shavasana, a corpse pose. Now, eyes closed, legs stretched out, palms up, getting ready for a few moments of silence. So we move through these postures not just for the physical benefits, but to still the mind. So with your eyes closed, take some time to really enjoy the stillness. From Shavasana, we go into fetal pose, the rebirth, rolling onto your right shoulder, your right arm, that right side. Slowly pressing up into a cross-legged position. Hands to your heart, showing gratitude to yourselves for the ability to move through your bodies today. And with a humble bow of appreciation, namaste.